Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Hen, and we back at the Hen's Den. Thank God for waking me up, not just waking me up. Thank God for waking you and everybody up too. Thank God we back at work. 2 more days from now, we got some payday. But y'all finna get on a serious topic right here. It's something that can help you out or somebody that you know going through this. You might be going through this. Domestic violence. You got a lot of folks dead and gone off domestic violence. My mama and daddy gone off domestic violence because my daddy was doing domestic violence toward my mama. And you see what he did? He killed her, killed himself, shot me 5 times. Domestic violence ain't no joke, y'all. I get a phone call from a very close family member. They want to show me what just happened. How the house tore up. You got glass busted out. You got blood all through the house. She got blood on her. She looks so scared and frightened, she don't know what to do. And it's coming from a little 21-year-old. But her boyfriend was 23, 2 years older. I said, that's good you got somebody your age. You don't need to be 21 years old and date with somebody 30 years old, 35 years old. I always told her, get you somebody your age. Don't get somebody that's so much older than you so you can't grow older with. Get you somebody your age that you can grow older with. Don't get somebody 20 years older than you and they might be dead before you. You might be 50 years old and they 70. Who helped them better? I'm just gonna keep it real. That 50-year-old health might be way better than that 70-year-old. So I be telling Effie, my niece, one of my nieces, she don't stay in Mississippi no more. She stay way in Texas. El Paso, Texas. That's a good little piece where we from. El Paso, Texas to all the way to Mississippi. That's a 15, that's a 18, 19, 20 hour drive from where we from. 18 hour, my bad. 18-hour drive from where we from. I get a video phone call where she's showing me this, that. But here goes the thing though. 2 weeks ago, she called. Hey, I'm just calling and checking on you. You know, this, that, cool. Well, I found somebody my age. He cool. He in the army. You know, he's a good dude. He really like me. I like him. He helped me doing this. He helped me doing that. He take me to work. Cool. I said, all right, cool. But I was like, niece, did you do a background check on him? She's like, what you mean do a background check? Have you asked how he was raised? Like, have he had his mom and dad in his life? Where he from? She said, no, I can't do all that. The only thing I gotta know is he's from Africa. I can't pronounce his name, but he's from Africa. He's 23 in the army. I said, well, one red flag was scared me when she said he's from Africa. I said, whoa, baby. You said, well, she said he's from Africa. He still got his African name. He still talk like he taught English, but she said she's still having a hard time understanding him. So I was like, okay then, baby, cool. You got you an African. All right, cool. Maybe one day I'll meet him or whatever. Cool. I'm happy for my niece. But after she said, well, he's from Africa, I said, baby, them African men, they gonna be different from our American black man. They make they women to get in line. They women got to bow down to them. They women got to obey them. Whatever they pretty much say, it goes. Over there, the man all the way in control. It ain't no small mouth women's or nothing like that there. They all the way in control. Right? So I was like, baby, I don't know. I said, he from Africa. She said, yeah. I said, baby, I don't know. That right there already making me skittish right there. Because I know how they is over there. They very controlling. And they'll put them hands on you just as quick as a black American guy will. So we talking. So I was like, well, tell me some more stuff about him. I said, well, have he ever been married? just out the blue. She didn't want to say nothing at first, but she said, yeah. I said, he been married. Notice, y'all, he's 23. I said, how many times he been married? One time? No. Two. I said, he been married twice and he's 23 years old? I said, baby, there go another red flag. I said, baby, count these red flags with me. I said, baby, I'm glad you found you somebody. But at the same time, though, one red flag, he's from Africa. You got to know what you dealing with. You's a woman. He gonna want to be in control. Bossy, commanding, all that deal. You got to pretty much fall in line with him. The other red flag, he been married not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. And the other third flag, he's 23 years old and been married already 2 times. So I was like, but baby, why it didn't work in the first 2 marriages? I said, what story he told you? What happened? He said, well, first wife supported me cheating on him or whatever. They got a divorce. Now at least he did keep it real and told my niece the truth on the second marriage. And she said that on the second marriage, had something to do with domestic violence, where he was beating on his second wife. I said, niece, that's enough right there. Stop talking to him. Well, he seemed like he loved me. He do this, he do that. I said, baby, stop talking to him. See, that's what an uncle supposed to do. That's what somebody supposed to do for a loved one. Because I'm older. I can see that. We ain't trying to tell y'all what to do. We ain't trying to run y'all life. But we can see the red flags. We see it. One thing I can say about my niece, she ain't going to argue with me. She ain't going to disrespect me. If she don't like something I said, she going to be quiet. You got some people that still going to get small with you, get rude with you. One thing I can say about my niece, she real respectable. I could have said something that she didn't like, but she ain't going to get small with me. Or she ain't going to just, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear. She going to listen. And if I said something that she didn't like, she going to keep her mouth shut. That's respect. But if she don't like it, she don't know how. She know how to tell me in a respectable way as a niece talking to her uncle about something. That's one thing I can say about my niece and nephews. They do what they do, but they real respectful. They're not going to cuss you out in front of your face. They ain't going to get small with you in front of your face. They ain't going to look at you crazy in front of your face. I can't say that about my niece and nephews. They do what they do, but they respectable. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't what you do, but it's how you do it. So I said, baby, 3 red flags right there. He's from Africa, got divorced twice, and he's 23 years old, been on his second marriage. Leave him. Sure enough told her to leave him when she said his second wife, they got into it because of domestic violence. He was beating on her, putting hands on her. I said, baby, leave. Because I said, baby, you way in Texas. I can't do nothing. Just an 18, 20-hour drive away. Your mama can't get to you. Your brother can't even get to you like that. Look how 4 years away from you. You're going to have to get the law involved. Even if I could get to her. See, I got to think smart. I can't think like I'm 20-some years old. In order for me to get involved in something like that, a fist fight or something, it would have to be done in front of me. Now, different if I pulled up on her and she blooded, she beat, she got a neck break on or something, and if he stayed in the same town, if we stayed in the same town, yes, I would have to see you. And be straight up real with you. See, I did something like that before. I don't even want to get on that story. I did something like that before. And that almost cost me 30 years of my life. Hey, you don't look like that. Yes. If it's a family member or a loved one, you put your hands on them. And if I see that baby hurting or crying in their face, I might do something. I'm just going to be real. Who want to see a young lady crying? A young lady all beat up? It don't matter. A lady cannot outwhoop a man. A lady lick ain't gonna hurt harder as a man. It's just 100, y'all. Now, like I said, if that happened in Mississippi, close or whatever to me or whatever, Aunt probably would have did. So I'm just gonna be real with it. I gotta see my little baby looking some kind of way. She beat up, arm or something broke, and he still out here acting like it's all good. It ain't all good when Aunt see you. And people know that. They know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the story. So, I said, baby, what you think he gonna do to you? See, Aunt put on game. They're gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna tell you what you wanna hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. You probably ain't gonna like how it gonna come out my mouth, but I'm being real with you. I said, baby, what you think he gonna do to you? You think he gonna talk to y'all nice? He gonna do the same thing too. If you trying to get smart with him or trying to speak your mind, he gonna put them hands on you. No, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. He changed. Of course he gonna say he changed. Oh, I know better now. I ain't gonna do that. Come to find out, he was lying to her the whole time about talking about something he still in the army. And I said another thing. I said, baby, don't you know in the army, once they find out man's, do domestic violence type stuff, they might put their hands on a female or something. That's one thing I can say about the army. They ain't gonna play that. Your tail getting out there. They gonna ship you out. We don't believe in man beating on women like that. So you see, he lied about that time he was still in the army. No, he wasn't. They not gonna have you in no army. If you a woman beater, you gonna get off that line. We don't need that over here. So he lied to her about that time he was still in the army. Come to find out that was a lie. So I told my little niece, hey baby, be careful. Aunt love you, but be careful. I can't tell you. I'm telling you what to do, but at the end of the day, they still gonna do what they want to do. You can preach to somebody till you gray and blue in the face. It don't matter. Whatever choice they still want, that's what they want to do. So, I get a phone call, y'all. Video phone call of what he did. My little niece said she was sleeping in the bed. Said she heard a car door open, close. She said it had to be him. She said she knew it him because 2-3 nights ago, she said they were talking and he said something, kind of, throwed her off. And she said she thought about something what I told her. Red flags. She said, I kept saying to myself, man, get it right. It took me the red flags. Now she see it, but it was too late. She's straight, y'all. She good. She's straight. She good. But she said she was laying in her bed. Said she heard a car door open, heard a car door close. Heard somebody beating on her door. She said, who is it? It was him out there. Let me in. No, he want to come in, want to talk to her. She said, no, I can't let you in because you scared me. You already said this and that on the phone. Get what this nut told my little niece. See, he trying to make her scared of her. He gonna tell my little niece, well, I'm a trained fighter. My hands are like weapons. I ain't gotta have no weapon to do something to you. Yeah, he told my little niece that. I'm a trained fighter. My hands are like weapons. I don't gotta have no weapon to do nothing to you. I know this, I know that. I know places where they won't even find you if I gotta do something to you. See, for the past 2 weeks, he been trying to get her to come to his house where he stayed. I said, niece, if you would have went over there, we probably would never ever heard from you no more. I said, niece, he'll trying to get you out your comfort spot to his spot where he can do what he want to do to you. But let's get back to what he was doing. So she said she in the bed. She heard the door open, close. He knocking on the door. Let me in. She said, no, I'm not letting you in. This foolish mother effer go to the side of the house, use his elbow, breaking in the window, knocking the window out. She said he done cut himself pretty bad. Cause notice what I said. It was blood out on the window, dripping on the floor, and on the wall where he came in it. I mean, window where he came in it. She said, she trying to push him back out the window. But like I said, he's a man. He's stronger than her. He said that he pushed out the way and he just forced his way in this broken window. So now he inside of the house. Man, my little niece said she was terrified. She said she didn't know what to do. Said she tried to push him out, but she couldn't overpower him. He's a dude, and he been in the army too, or whatever. So he know this move or whatever. So you got a lot of men like that. You got a lot of men to put their hands on a woman, but they won't do that to no man. They won't do it to a real man. No, if they see a little boy or something, they'll buff him. But if they see a real man coming their way, they would not fight no real man. You got women that'll do the same thing too. They'll put their hands on a man. But if they see a woman about that, they're going to be cautious with that woman. They're going to watch that woman. Because guess what? That woman got the same attitude what she going to have. But let's get back to him. But he inside of the trailer, right? A camper, my bad. She got a camper. She in a camper. She have a camper. So now he made himself. Now he's in her room inside of the camper. Well, she said that he had her pinned down, and I guess he taking stuff what he bought for her, like her TV. I want to say she said that he took the TV and a pair of shoes and a pack of toilet tissue now what he took away from her house. I said, well, that's a petty mother ever, boy. Petty mother. He get mad because my niece want to stop talking to him because she see too many red flags. See, I'm her uncle. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you, baby, look, if you in any kind of domestic violence, get out that BS. Somebody going to get hurt or killed one. So before that happen, I'm going to put my niece on game because I don't want to get no phone call and say, man, your little niece been kidnapped or we can't find where she at or she beat up real bad or she on life support because he beat her brains out or something. I don't want to hear that. I know y'all don't want to hear that. So I said, well, niece, how you got him to get out the house? She said that she just had to just be quiet. Whatever he was saying, she said she had to just be quiet. Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. She said by the grace of God, a neighbor that stayed beside her came outside and knocked on the other side of the room and said, hey, you okay? You all right in there? When he realized it, he shot out. He took out the front door, got in his car, and hauled ass. I said, niece, did you call the police? She said, yes, I called the police. They came in here and got blood. She said she gave them his name. She want to put a, what you call that when you put against somebody? Restraining order. Said she got a restraining order. She got all of it. I said, well, niece, that's good you did all of it. So hoping they're going to find him. Hoping they're going to do what they need to do to him. My little niece, she's safe and sound, y'all. But she was scared. My little niece said, man, I thought he was going to do something to me. She said it's the look he had in his eye. She said it was the look he had in his eye. She said she really thought he was going to do more to her. Ladies, sisters on here, my nieces on here. If you're involved in a relationship like that, you got to go. You got to stop it. Mans out here, you got some ladies who put their hands on their husband and boyfriend too. If you're in a relationship like that, you got to go, bro. Because guess what? She going to keep provoking you until one day you put your hands on her. Guess who's going to jail? Not her. You going to go to jail. So ladies, if you're involved with a man like that, get out before it be too late. I'm talking to somebody that seen that coming up as a kid. I took a lot of stuff from my daddy, but I thank God I didn't become a drunk, a drinker, or a beater. He was a hustler. I got that from him. He had cars like a mother effer. I got that from him. But I thank God that I didn't get that drinking, a drunker, or a beating spirit from him. Because I had to see that coming up. See, my daddy was bad about doing domestic violence. Only time when he get to drinking. When he didn't drink, he wouldn't do it. See, spirits. Once he get them spirits in him, them spirits control him. But when he didn't put the spirits in him, he didn't do that. That's one reason why I don't drink, y'all. Spirits. Spirits are real in that alcohol. Any kind of drug you do to be 100. It's spirits and all that. I done seen domestic violence at its finest from a youngster until when he did what he did. You know, he killed my mom and killed himself and shot me 5 times, but I actually got shot 4 times. The other bullet scraped my stomach. Actually 6 times, because the last bullet he was aiming for my head. Thank God I ducked just in time. And I got a big head. I ducked just in time. But at the same time, though, domestic violence is not good. Get out of it. If you know somebody going through it, help them get out of it. Because to be real, they scared. They scared to leave. They scared. Especially if they got somebody who got a little money or got this and got that. See, you got people I leave with domestic violence, think they safe, but the person that found them. Pray for people like that. Help people get out of relationship like that. You might say that ain't none of your business, which it ain't, but I'm not going to say that if it got something to do with my blood, because that's still my business. You know how many people then died off domestic violence? I'm going to be real and trill with y'all. And I'm going to sit up when I'm going to say this. Before my daddy did what he did, killed my mom and killed himself, the signs were there. He need help. He needed to go to the nut house. I hate to say it like that, but he needed help. Did nobody take that serious? He did that in November. He did an episode in November like, I'm finna go kill myself, or if I can't get my family back, I'm gonna kill myself, or I'm gonna kill my family, or I'm gonna kill myself. We should have got help for him then in November. Because he did the killing in February the 13th. November, December, January. 3 months after that, he did what he said he was going to do in November, what he said he was going to do. But we should have got him help then. It was too late. When it happened in February, it was too late. But time it did happen, it came back to my mind like, Daddy said he was going to do that last year in November. And look what? He actually mother effing did it. If anybody going through domestic violence, pray for them. But at the same time, help them get out. I know folks, folks who go through domestic violence. It's like they love getting their A-whoop. They love it. You got the people think, well, he or she don't love me. They love you because they putting their hands on you. That ain't no love. Where that love at? That ain't no love. Oh, he love me. He talked to y'all wrong. He called y'all your name. He put his hands on you. He pinned you to the wall. Oh, he love me. Where that love at? You got some women that love a fighting relationship. A fighting man. Where that love at? Domestic violence, y'all, it ain't good, and it's D show ain't healthy. So if you know somebody going through it, help them get out of it before it's too late, all right? It's love. I'm going to get back with y'all, all right? Bet.